Hello, hello. Sound check. Hey, mic test. Hello. Good morning. Uh, Good morning. Hey, sige, magandang umaga sa lahat. Okay, good morning sa lahat. Kumusta ba yung audio natin? Um, Kumusta yung audio? Okay lang ba yung audio? Kasi gumagamit ako ng fan ngayon, no? Medyo mainit. Nasira yung aircon. Pero baka nadidinig niyo yung ano ng electric fan. Okay lang ba yung audio natin? Hindi ba masyadong shaky dahil sa tunog ng electric fan? Hello? May tao ba? May tao ba? Okay, this is okay, sige. Mabuti naman, no? Sige. Isunod na lang natin, no? Numbers 1 to 40. Sunod-sunod na lang natin yung pag-solve. Anyway, masosolve din naman natin lahat. No? Start tayo number 1. Okay. Start tayo number 1. By the way, ito yung ating stats for this exam. Ito yung for MSTCH only. 55.36%. O, iba talaga yung statistics compared sa face-to-face, no? Ilang ulit ng minimension namin yun na iba talaga. Iba talaga yung ating stats. Anyway, mas malaki talaga sa face-to-face. Hindi naman namin kayo pinagbibintangan na nag-cheat, pero iba talaga kahit ilang modules na yung dumaan. Iba talaga yung stats. So sa face-to-face ito medyo maliit to. Pero meron siyang merong advantage yung mga nag face-to-face kasi some of the problems were given na sa face-to-face exam na before nila ma-take yung online. Iba lang yung given pero same nature ng problem. Kaya siguro lumalaki yung statistics natin pagdating sa online. Okay, ito naman yung combination ng dalawang subject, no? MSTCH and the HPGE Part 2. Okay? Sige, simulan natin. Medyo na-late ako kasi tunay ko pang pinayos yung yung aircon ko dito, no? Talagang nasira siya. Kasi kung electric fan, meron kasi siyang noise. Baka madinig nyo at maging shaky yung ating audio. Anyway, okay naman siya according to your response. Sige. Problem 1. Again, isusunod ko lang siya. Hindi ko na lang siya i-base from hardest to easiest. Masasolve naman natin lahat. Okay, problem 1. This is board exam problem, November 2021. Near the town of Karkar, Cebu, there is a large triangular plat bounded by 3 straight roads, which are 855, 870, and 975 meters long respectively. The owner of the land had decided to sell half the plot to a neighbor, kalahati ng area. But the buyer had stipulated that the seller of the land should erect a fence, which was to be a straight one. The cost being high, the owner naturally wanted the fence to be as short as possible. What is the maximum length of the fence can be? What is the maximum length of the fence can be? Yung ibig niya sabihin dito, no? Yung question is what is the maximum of the length can be? Kumbaga, yung nature nito is we need to minimize the fence. Kasi we want the cost as low as possible. Pero maximum yung term niya. Kumbaga, medyo may kasalungat siya. Pero, anyway, the same lang naman yung concept. We'll be using maxima minima. We want to minimize the fence. Okay, una, let's say ito yung ating triangle. The sides given, 855, 870, and 975. Then, wala tayong given. Walang binigay na ano yung orientation ng ating fence. Yung sinabi niya lang is hahatiin niya yung plot. Hahatiin niya yung lot, no? Saan ba yun? The owner of the land had decided to sell half the plot to a neighbor. No? Meron kang straight fence. Stipulated the seller of the land should erect the fence with a straight one. So, maraming ways sa paggawa ng fence dito. No? Maraming ways. Pwedeng ganito. Sa isang edge, then kalahati yung tawag dito. Kalahati nito area will be sell to the neighbor. Now, gusto natin maliit as much as possible, maliit yung fence para makatipid, no? Well, kung ito yung gagamitin natin na fence, I'm sure this is very long. Pinakamahaba yan. It's either yung fence natin can be erected like this way. Pwedeng ganito. Pag ganyan. Kasi, imagine natin from one of the vertex then to the other side. Mahaba yan. Now, unlike kung gagawin natin, hindi natin siya i-orient sa isang vertex pero gagawin natin siyang ganito. No? So, maliit itong fence yan. So, bala ito yung ating fence, the total fence. The total enclosed triangle, half of the triangle. Pwede din naman dito or pwede din naman dito. Pwede din naman dito. But pinakamaliit siya, of course, if that is almost parallel to the shortest side. Dapat ganito yung ating orientation. Ito yung pinakamaliit, possible. But again, yung data lang natin is that dapat kalahati yan ng total area of the triangle. We don't know what is the position of this point. What are the position of these points? No? So, variable itong dalawa. These are variable. By the way, this is also half of the triangle. Gusto natin dito is as much as possible, minimum yung x. Okay? Or the term here, what is the maximum length? Pinakamalaki natin pwedeng ilagay para minimum yung ating cost. Ganun yung term. Pero minimum length based on maximum minima. Relative minimum yung gagamitin natin. Okay? So, sa maximum minima, we want to minimize that one. Kailangan natin gumawa ng equation related dito. Alright. So, let's say this is vertex angle theta. Vertex angle theta. Tawagin natin itong A. We don't know the orientation again, as I have said. Tawagin ko yung side A from here to here. And this is side B from here to here. Okay. Again, yung challenge dito is how to create the function. This one as a function of the variables. Una, the area of the triangle. Pwede natin kunin yung area ng triangle using the Heron's formula kasi given yung 3 sides. But ito yung gagawin ko, mas mabilis ito. No? You have 1/2 of the 2 sides given, 975 and 870, sine of angle theta. So, hindi pa natin alam yung theta. Okay, sige lang, magka-cancel kasi yan later. So, kung i-simplify natin yan, you have 424125 sine of theta. Assist lang muna natin kahit hindi siya exact value. Meron siyang variable. Okay. Ito namang 0.5 of the area of the triangle. That's the area of this smaller triangle. 2 sides A and B. Then opposite side of the angle theta is x. So the two sides here, A and B, 1/2 the area of the triangle. That is 1/2 of AB sine of theta. Okay? Itong area ng triangle na yan, that is 1/2 of AB sine of theta. And that is also equivalent to 1/2. Okay? 1/2, itong 0.5 of the area of the triangle is 1/2 of the area of the triangle. Ito yung area ng ating triangle. Whole triangle. So, kaya ginawa muna natin in terms of sine of theta kasi magka-cancel yung ating sine of theta. So, by the way, mag-cancel yung 1/2 and also the sine of theta. Okay? Ang gagawin natin, you have AB equal to this, equals that whole value. Definite value siya. Gagawin natin, express muna natin yung isang variable to the other variable. No? Let's say B in terms of A. Pwede natin gawin, cross-multiply natin si A. So, that is 424,125 divided by A. B function of A. Gagawin natin to kasi sa maxima minima, we need to at least create the function as isang variable lang. Alright, you have B function of A. Ngayon, cosine law naman tayo. Cosine law naman tayo. And kasi gawin ko munang this is another technique lang kasi sinay ko muna siyang sinolve before ko siya i-discuss. So I have found much exact solution. So by cosine law, I have here, considering the total triangle, you have 855 squared equal to 975 squared plus 870 squared. Then minus twice of 975 times 870, then cosine of angle theta. So, using this constant here, the cosine of theta will be equal to 217 over 377. Ito yung ating cosine of theta mismo. Okay, that is considering the whole triangle. Ngayon, transfer ako sa smaller triangle na yan. Cosine law pa rin para makuha natin yung x. By cosine law, you have x squared equal to a squared plus b squared. This one, a squared plus b squared. And minus 2ab, the cosine of theta. Kaya natin ginawa ito kasi mas exact yung cosine of theta natin. We will just substitute that one here. And yung b natin, that b will be in terms of a. Kaya that becomes x squared equal to a squared. B in terms of a. That one. Ayan ha. Then minus twice of yung AB na term. Ito. Diniretso ko na lang. The AB term here is that one, that constant. Diba? AB is equal to 424,125. Diniretso ko na lang. Constant kasi siya. The cosine of theta is ito. 217 over 377. Okay, so that we can simplify this one. You have x squared equal to a squared. Copy natin. Gagawin ko lang itong numerator, no? So that becomes 424,125 squared times a raised to negative 2. Para linear yung aking equation, no? Hindi masyadong mahaba tingnan. Then ito naman, simplify natin yung constant, that is 488,250. Ngayon, we want this one as much as possible shorter. So, ito yung gusto natin i-minimize yung x. We will differentiate that one with respect to a. As you can see, isang variable na lang yung andito. The derivative of that with respect to a, 2x dx over dt. No. That's dx over dA. Na dt naman. Sandali lang ha. Dx over dA yan. Parang naging time rate siya kung dt. Okay? Then the derivative of a squared with respect to a, that's 2a. Okay. And derivative of this, you have copy natin yung constant. Derivative of a raised to negative 2, that is negative 2a. Then negative 2 minus 1 is 3. Negative 3. Okay. Derivative of constant is 0. Hindi ko na lang siya ilalagay dito. Da? So, di ba sa maxima minima, we will equate the slope equals to 0. Yung slope dito is that one, dx over dA. So, we will equate that one to 0. So that itong term dito on the left side of the equation is all 0. We can now solve for A kung saan the A kung saan si x is minimum. So, shift solve na lang. Shift solve na lang natin. We will get A as 651.249 meters. Okay, so after we have the A, then ibabalik natin yan dito sa ating equation to get the value of minimum x. So, itong x natin becomes minimum x, that's squared. Then, yung A, gagamitin natin as that one. Plus 425 A raised to negative, that is negative 2. Sorry for that. That should be negative 2. Dami ko palang mali dito. Okay, anyway. Binalik ko lang ha. Ito yung negative 2. Then minus 488,250. That one. So we will solve the minimum x. And that is 600 meters. So, nagulat ako sa stats dito. 54.39. So, I think most of you, even though mahirap to, I can say mahirap tong problem niyan. Ang hirap i-interpret. I mean, paano ba i-orient yung x para to get the minimum value of the fence. Mahirap yan. Pero medyo malaki yung ating stats. Although, ano siya, below the benchmark. Pero I, expect dito, no? Kung hindi lang to passboard problem, expect ko nasa mga 30% lang yan. Or kahit sa face-to-face yan, mga nasa 30% or 20% pa nga yan. Question? Any question? Wala nagtatanong. Looks spam ba to? Sa ginamit niya na book dito, yung ginamit niya na book is, the original word is near the, hindi Car Cebu, binago niya lang yung pangalan, no? Yan yung style niya, binabago niya yung pangalan. Yung subject, para hindi siya agad ma-search sa, siguro para to avoid na madali siyang ma-search yung problem sa Google. Alam naman natin na madaling i-search lahat ng mga problems na binibigay sa board exam if ever. Looks fun na lang, sir. Pwede naman natin itong i-table. Dapat lang, at least, umabot tayo dito. At least, umabot tayo dyan. Or as you can see, guys, kung naalala nyo yung formula of the dividing line of a same triangle, sir. Similar triangle, kaso 604. Similar triangle. Hindi siya, actually, looks fun na lang, sir. So, similar triangle siya, that is kung parallel yung x. That is kung parallel si x sa kanya. Pero kung hindi siya parallel, they are not similar triangles. For example, itong x yan is parallel sa 855, pwede siya similar triangles. Kaya meron siyang discrepancy, 604. Pwede naman. Pwede mo siyang i-similar triangle. Almost malapit siya. Nagkataon, malayo-layo yung ating choices. Anyway, kung babalik man to sa board exam, the answer is 600 meters. Looks fun na lang, sir. Medyo mahirap talaga to. Medyo mahirap siya. Sa libro na ginamit niya dito, ginamitan niya ng formula. I mean, sa libro kung saan niya to kinuha, ginamitan lang to ng formula. I think binigay na yun ni Sir Onde, no? Yung Litton's Problematical Recreation. Pinapakita yun ni Sir Onde, yung Litton's Problematical Recreation. Doon niya kinuha yung problem na yan. Okay? Sige. Next problem tayo. By the way, may bibigay niya ako sa inyong mga sabihin natin practice problem. May bibigay ako about sa construction methods, no? Next week na lang siguro. Gusto ko pang dagdagan yung mga for me, mga possible na problem na lalabas sa construction methods. Next, pwede naman ngayon pero gusto ko pang dagdagan na mga possible pa, no? Kinuha ko siya, binaday ko siya sa reference na ginamit niya dati. The previous, from May 2019, ginamit na yung book na yun up to the present board exam, May 2022. Meron talagang lumalabas doon. Kaya ginaday ko siya, based na lang muna sa topics na kinuha niya doon. Ang rami naman, kasi kung uubusin ko lahat, parang hindi kaya, no? Sa ngayon. Pero, so far, yung kinuha niya na topic is nakapundo lang sa isang topic muna. Parang sinusunod-sunod na yung problems. Okay? Next week na lang. And some of, practice problem in calculus. Hindi ko pa natapos kasi. Sige lang, next week. Baka kahit hindi ko matapos lahat ng practice problem doon, ibigay ko na lang sa inyo. No? At least, kung hindi nyo masolve, pwede nyo ma-memorize. Okay? Okay ba? Sige. Next. Okay. Number 2. Let's have number 2. Ito siya, latest board exam problem. May 2022. Okay. May 2022. The temperature in a rectangular box is approximated by T, the temperature as a function of these positions x, y, z. So you have here given x, y, z, 1 minus x. So ito yung ating function. So T is a function of the three variables siya, no? As position x, y, z. Nasa 3D siya. Meron siyang condition x is must be greater or equals 0 but must be less than or equal to 1. Same as y. Yung upper limit is 2. For z, upper limit is 3. So based on this, parang nakakaano siya tingnan, no? Parang mahirap tingnan. Pero, yung tanong dito is, in which direction should it fly to cool off as rapidly as possible? Direction that is, kung siya, 3D, composed of a function of three-dimensional variables, x, y, z, then we will just get the vector. The vector in direction. So, ang gagawin lang natin, we will be calculating the rate of change with respect to the three dimensions. Let's say the rate of change of the temperature with respect to x, the rate of change of the temperature along y, or with respect to y, and the rate of change along z, or the gradients. Okay? Pag ganito yung procedural niyan, basta ganito yung tanong. Basta meron kang three-dimensional position. So, kunin natin yung rate of change along x, and that can be done by differentiating partial derivative of t with respect to x. The partial derivative of t with respect to x. Gawin mo munang constant yung other variable y, z. Para magawa natin siya ng simple, simplify muna natin to. Partial derivative of t with respect to x tayo, combine natin yung constant. The constant here is yung y and z. The variable constants y and z. Kumbaga, constant itong dalawang term na yan, and this y, z. Constant sila. Yung nagva-vary lang is si x. Partial derivative tayo. So, yung t, combine lang natin si x, ha? Yung merong x, unahin natin si equal to y, z. Then, 2y times 3 minus z. So, these are the constant. So, itong x, distribute ko siya. You have x squared, x minus x squared. So, partial derivative of t with respect to x tayo. That one. Again, we will treat these as constant, the other two variables. So, let us just copy that one. Copy lang natin. Then, ito yung differentiate natin with respect to x tayo. Derivative of x, that is 1. Derivative of negative x squared, negative 2x. Ganun lang with respect to x. Ngayon, lalagyan natin ng variables, ng values yung x, y, z based on the given location. The mosquito is located at this, when x is 1/2, y is 1, z is 1. Okay? Or partial derivative of t given the three positions, the position. Okay? You have equal to yung y natin is 1, yung z is 1. Okay? 2 minus 1, 2 minus y, then 3 minus 1, then 1 minus yung x natin is 1/2. You will get equal to 0. Same as for y naman tayo. So si y, yung x and z naman, gagawin natin siyang constant. I-rearrange natin ha. I-rearrange natin. So x and z from this ha. From this x and z, then combine yung x, ito yung constant. You have 1 minus x and 3 minus z. Then distribute natin si y. You have 2y minus y squared. Distribute si y. So, ito na yung i-differentiate natin. Partial derivative with respect to y tayo. And these are all constant. Kopya lang natin yung constant. Then, differentiate natin yan. Derivative of 2y, you have 2. Derivative of negative y squared, that is negative 2y. Lagyan ulit natin ng position. Ito. Same pa rin. Lagyan lang natin ng position. Yung x is 1/2. Yung z is 1. Again, x is 1/2. Then 3 minus 1. Then 2 minus 2y. Y is 1. You will get 0 pa rin. Okay? These are the rate of change along x and y. Meron pa, pangatlo. Along z naman tayo. So, same process. Gawin natin z as the differentiable. No? So, ngayon si x and y naman yung constant. Unahin natin yung constant. X and y, constant. Then, copy the constant 1 minus x. Then, 2 minus y. Then, si z naman yung i-distribute natin. You have here 3z minus z squared. Again, differentiate with respect to z tayo. Copy the constant, all of this. Then, differentiate that one. The derivative of that is 3 minus, eto naman, 2z. Lagyan natin ng posisyon. Lagyan natin ng posisyon. X is 1/2, y is 1. Again, x is 1/2, y is 1. Then, 3 minus 2z, z is 1. You will get equal to 1/4. Okay? So, the gradient of t, or that is, kumbaga, that's the direction. No? These are the vector na of t. That tawagin nating TV, that is 0 along x or 0i plus 0j along y, j, ijk yan, plus 1/4 of k or k over 4. But as you can see, you have here a positive gradient. That means, at that point, at this point, paakyat yung ating temperature. Para maging siya, to cool off as rapidly as possible, dapat doon ka yung direction ng mosquito will be at the opposite sign para mag-cool off as possible. To cool off rapidly, it should fly in the direction of negative k over 4, yung kanyang opposite. Kung kompleto naman yung vector, then merong zero, kumbaga hindi zero si I and 0 si j, then dapat kompleto yung vector. Negative lang natin sila. Multiply by negative side. To cool off as possibly. Rapidly as possible. Answer is negative k over 4. Letter D. Letter D. Maraming pumili ng letter, dito? Letter C. 38.77. Ito mahirap talaga. 25.61 lang. Although this is a passboard problem. Hindi nyo ito na-look spam. Hindi nyo ito na-look spam. Okay ba? Pwede kayong magtanong sa Padlet, ha? pwede kayong magtanong sa Padlet. Hindi magkikita niyo yung pangalan nyo. Enough ko yung author. Looks for method, sir. Kung meron man kayong ma-encounter na ganito, ulit, ganito lang yung gawin ninyo, no? Partial derivative lang. For mosquito, negative k over 4. Kunwari lang, meron kayong ma-encounter, no? Sayang din. Dapat alam natin how to deal with it, no? Sayang lang din. Hindi naman siya ganun kahirap. Kung iisipin natin, hindi siya ganun kahirap. Pag nadaanan na natin siya. Okay? Looks pa method. Anyway, this is a password problem, no? Pwede. I could say, pwede natin siyang i-looks pa. Okay, sige. Another problem. Number 3. Number 3. Ito lumabas to last May 2022. Nabigay din namin to last March refresher, no? Spam na lang nila kasi na-discuss namin. Isa tong problem sa yung construction methods and management, no? Lumabas siya. A crawler tractor weighing 36 tons is towing a rubber tired scraper. That is weighing 45.5. At sagdi lang. Na malobat. Yeah. Okay. Weighing 45.5 tons. Importante yung words na to. Rubber tired scraper. Okay. 45.5 tons. Up a grade of 4%. Pataas. Paakyat. What is the total resistance in kilogram of the combination if the rolling resistance factor is 50 kilograms per tons? 1 ton, that's metric tons, equal to 1,000 kilogram. Okay? Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng total resistance? What is total resistance? So, ganito yung concept dyan, no? Gawin na natin. Let's say the grade here is 4% into 1. Okay, 4% into 1. Alright. Then, okay. Gawin natin, i-model natin as a circle, no? Rolling up. Yan. That is rolling up. Paakyat yung ating crawler tractor. So, for example, a body is moving up or rolling up. Yung force na nag-act dito is its own weight. And this force, weight, or the weight can be, remodeled into, components, no? These are the components, normal and tangential weight. And aside from this, meron kang tinatawag na rolling resistance. Basta yung gulong natin is a rubber tire, or viscous elastic, in other words, no? Or that's more specific words. Viscous elastic material. Meron kang rolling resistance. Basta magtuyok, no? Basta gumagalaw or umiikot yung ating gulong in a plane. Meron yang rolling resistance. So yung tinutukoy dito na total resistance is these forces. Yung ating gulong or the crawler tractor is going up, and ito yung resistance. Ito yung pumipigil sa kanya. Walang problema for the weight. The W tangential. Walang problema, no? Madali natin yung makuha. Meron kang grade and meron kang weight. Unahin natin si grade resistance. So the grade resistance here is obviously yung W tangential. Kaya siya tinawag na grade kasi that is caused by the slope of the this road, no? So the exact way is to have this angle, to have that angle, and to have that, if that is angle theta, this is also angle theta. Ganun yung gagawin natin. Okay? But since this is a grade, a very small slope, pwede natin yang i-approximate lang. The WT will be equal to the total weight times the slope. approximate. Actually, yan yung ginamit sa libro. Pero maliit lang yung magiging difference yan. Okay? Anyway, the total weight here, yung dalawang weight dyan for the crawler tractor and the scraper, mag-contribute yan sa grade resistance. Kaya i-add lang natin sila. So, 36 tons plus 45.5 tons times the grade. 4%, 0.04. So, ito na ngayon yung magiging WT. Yung unit dito is in tons. Convert natin. 1 ton in 1,000 kilograms. So, cancel yung tons dyan. Kilogram yung result. 3 to 60 kilograms. For the rolling resistance, tawagin natin siyang R sub R. That is directly equal to the rolling resistance factor times the weight. Okay. Kiniking mabuti dito ha. For this problem, yung rolling resistance that is caused by an viscous elastic material or yung rubber tired material. No? Although sa crawler tractor, yung iba naman is rubber tire yung ginagamit. Pero, to be specific, meron kasi siyang specific term dito, rubber tire material. Yung gagamitin lang natin, yung gulong na rubber tire. No? Ibig sabihin, yung weight natin dito, we will not include the 36 tons. Yung rubber tire material lang. Okay? So, the rolling resistance factor, tinawag ko sang MUR, is 50 kilograms per ton. 50 kilograms per ton. And again, yung gagamitin natin na weight, ito yung dilemma dito, no? Yung gagamitin natin na weight is yung rubber tire material lang, which is the scraper, 45.5 tons. Okay? Meron din siyang problem na ginamit niya yung buong weight. Kaya medyo siya, inconsistent, no? Anyway, kung walang lumabas sa first assumption nyo, for example, inad nyo yung dalawa, then try nyo lang, tanggalin yung isa. Until may mapalabas kayo sa choices. Pero for this problem, very specific rubber tire scraper. Kaya si rubber tire scraper lang yung gagamitin as the rolling resistance. You have 2275 kilograms. So the total resistance, tawagin natin R, is the grade and the rolling resistance. Adding this one, you will get 3260 plus 2275, you'll get 5535 kilograms. Rolling, the total resistance, 40.53. I know yung iba dito, looks spam, no? Yung iba dito. For this problem, madali lang siya. Basta total resistance. Diba? Diba? So, lagpas na tayo sa first half ng ating refresher, no? Kumusta kayo? Kumusta naman kayo? Yan ba yung nanonood? 163 live viewers. Yung iba dito, ilan ba yung group? Kumusta na ba yung iba? Bakit hindi na nagtitake ng exam? Seryoso ba kayo sa pagkuha ng ng license? Okay. As is ra given ani sir sa katong reference sa examiner, yes, so lang binago. As is, talagang hindi niya babaguhin, no? Hindi niya yan babaguhin. Again, magbibigay ako ng mga possible problems sa construction methods. Pakita ko lang saglit. Kinumpile ko siya. Later na lang. Basta naka-word file. Next week na lang ibibigay siguro, no? Pwede nyo i-try i-solve kung gusto ninyo. Okay, Rami, sir. Void ratio pagid amo na memorize. Void ratio. Okay. I think ginagawa ng iba, sir, is hindi na nila sinasagutan tapos parang sinasabayan na lang ang pag-solve through discussion. Iba kasi, yung purpose kasi ng refresher is para masanay din kayo sa pressure. And aside from that, although hindi nyo makuha yung mga tamang sagot, maliit yung stats natin, okay lang yan, no? At least alam natin na, nabasa muna natin, ganito pala yan. Ganito pala yung mangyayari talaga sa actual board. Pero anyway, hindi natin sila mapipilit kung ano yung style nila. Pero yung purpose ng refresher kasi is para masanay kayo sa number of items na sinusolve within a given time. Anyway, let's have number 4. Ito, construction methods. Estimate the actual load in bank cubic meters. Meron tayong tinatawag na loose cubic meters and bank cubic meters. Yung bank cubic meters, yung nasa pa siya, nasa site. Yung loose cubic meters, parang yung nagbago na yung void niya or disturbed soil na siya. So you have here the heat capacity 3.82, kumbaga that's the loose cubic meters. Then the soil bucket fill factor 0.9 and its load factor is 0.8. So ito yung statement dyan sa libro about the soil bucket fill factor. Ito yung importante dyan. Okay, estimate lang ito, no? Hindi siya exact talaga. Pero ito yung kadalasan ginagamit sa construction. So, a better estimate of the volume. Okay. A better estimate of the volume of material in one bucket load will be obtained if the nominal bucket volume, yan yung heat capacity, nominal bucket volume, is multiplied by bucket fill factor. So that one will be multiplied by bucket fill factor 0.9 or bucket efficiency factor. The other term of the bucket fill factor is bucket efficiency factor. Suggested values for bucket fill factor for common soils are given in table 2. Dito, binigay siya sa problem. Walang problema kasi yung problem mismo sa libro binigay siya. Pero kung hindi siya binigay, table 2 yung ating pagpipilian. Okay? The most accurate estimate of the bucket load is to obtain by multiplying the heat volume, bucket volume, that is the loose measure. Itong heat capacity that, di ba, meron kang mamamalaya na BCM at LCM. Yung BCM is the bank cubic meters and yung LCM is the loose cubic meters. Yung heat capacity, heat bucket volume is the loose measure yan. Okay? By the bucket, para maging bank siya, by the bucket fill factor na. If desired, the bucket load may be converted to bank volume or BCM by multiplying its loose volume by soil's load factor. So, ito yan. Soil's load factor or the load factor is 0.8. Okay, bale, we will just multiply the two. So for this problem, I know, hindi ito mahirap kasi pwede kang mag-trial and error. Pwede i-multiply, pwede din natin siyang i-divide until may lalabas sa choices, no? But based on the choices, makukuha natin, the bucket load is 3.82 multiplied by the bucket fill factor 0.9, magiging ano siya, bucket load pa rin siya, pero that is in loose cubic meters. Kasi heat capacity pa yan, yung volume. No? Kung i-multiply natin siya ng soil load factor by 0.8, yung output na nito magiging bank cubic meters. BCM. Bank cubic meters. Ganun lang siya kadali. Sa problem na yan, wala siyang problema kasi ito talaga mismo yung problem sa book. Ito talaga yung mismo problem sa book. Kumbaga, hindi na siya gumamit sa solution niya ng table and whatsoever. Kunwari, may ibang problem na dito na kailangan talaga gumamit ng table. Now, which is hindi niya binigay yung mga constant. Kaya we cannot solve those problem unless kung malukuspam natin siya. No? Sige lang, magbibigay pa ako dito until the last modules para at least masanay kayo. And kung hindi man niya binigay yung given tables, malulukuspam natin yung problem mismo. Bibigay pa rin natin siya sa ating randomly. Di madag take on time, sir. Kaya nga. Sige lang, no? Looks from natin yan. Here, the heat capacity 3.82. Kumbaga, that's the loose heat. Okay? Let's have number 5. 69.47. This is understandable kasi napaka-ikli ng solution. Again, pwede ka mag-trial and error. Next. Number 5. Okay. For number 5, ito pa rin, construction methods pa rin ito. Find the expected production in loose cubic meters. Term as LM cubic. L cubic meters. Loose cubic meters. Per hour of the small hydraulic excavator. Heat bucket capacity of 0.57 cubic meters. So that is LCM yan. No? Basta heat bucket capacity. The material is sand and gravel with a bucket fill factor of 0.95. Meron kang bucket fill factor. Wala kang binigay na soil bucket soil load factor, no? Kasi kung merong soil load factor, magagamit natin yun para maging BCM siya. Anyway, you have the job efficiency, 50 minute per hour. Average depth of cut is 4.3 meters. Then maximum depth of cut is 6.1 meters. Meron kang average swing of 90 degrees. So, binigay niyo to sa actual board. Hint, meron siyang hint production in loose cubic volume. LCV is loose cubic volume per hour. Gawa-gawa niya lang yan. Nawala yan sa libro. Loose cubic volume, loose cubic meters. So, CSVB times E. The cycle output is 250 cycles per 60 minutes. The swing depth factor is 1.0. So actually given to lahat, no? Etong lahat given yan, direct substitution lang yan. Yung problema dito, hindi natin alam ano yung C, ano yung S, ano yung B, B and E. Ngayon, tingnan lang natin yung every variables. Makakatch natin yung mga every variables by just seeing the initials of the given. For example, no? And also the units, pwede rin gamitin natin unit analysis. Yung C dyan, obviously, kung titingnan natin lahat ng givens, yung C, probably that will be the cycle output. Cycle output. It's 250 cycles per 60 minutes. Okay? Or, that's 4.167 cycles per minute. Yan. Probably. Yung S naman, is the swing depth factor 1.0. Walang iba dyan, ha? Walang ibang possible for us. Yung V is the volume. Or that's the heat bucket capacity. 0.57 cubic meters. Yung B naman, ano nga, sa tingin nyo, ano yung B? Okay, ano pa yung ibang na hindi pa natin nagamit? Nagamit na natin yan, nagamit natin to, nagamit natin siya. Hindi natin nagamit job efficiency. Job efficiency, probably yan yung E. Average depth of cut, 4.3. Wala, I think hindi natin yan magamit. But we have here the bucket bucket fill factor, possibly that is the B. The bucket fill factor 0.95. Yung E, again, efficiency. The job efficiency, you have 50 minutes per hour. Now, kung gagamitin natin yan, and watch that, the tao dito. Tingnan natin yung units. The production is C to 4.167 cycles per minute. The swing depth factor 1. Yung S. The volume, the heat capacity is 0.57 cubic meters. The bucket fill factor 0.95. And the job efficiency is 50 minutes per hour. 50 minutes per hour. So, magka-cancel dito yung ating minute. The resulting unit here is cubic meters per hour. The result here, since hindi natin siya minultiply ng soil load factor, na wala namang given na soil load factor, kaya yung result dito is still loose cubic meter. Hindi siya magiging BCM. Or loose cubic meters per hour kasi cancel yung minute siya. Or LCM, you have 112.822 LCM per hour. 58.42. Above benchmark siya actually. Above benchmark. Yeah. Okay? Okay pa ba kayo? All right. That's number 5. Let's have number 6. Calculate the power required for a 1400 kilogram car when the car climbs a 10 degrees hill at a steady 80 kilometers per hour. Okay, assume retarding force of the car, 700 newtons. So, power required for a 1,400 car to go up. 10 degrees yung incline natin. Going up at 80 kilometers per hour. That's steady, constant velocity. So, if the velocity is constant, acceleration is 0. So, ano ba yung power required? The power is force times velocity. Power is force times velocity. So, you have the velocity here. What we only need is the force. And that should be the force required to go up. That's the force required to go up. You have here the weight and the components of the weight. Normal tangential. If that is 10 degrees din to. The other force acting is the retarding force. Yan yung nagpapabagal or opposing the motion. That is not the reverse effective force. That is retarding force. Maraming factors yan. Pwede yung rolling resistance, pwede yung ating drag, aerodynamic drag, or pwede rin yung basta maraming possible resistance yan, retarding force. Okay, so the force required to go up is the WT and the 700 newtons. Yan yung force natin. Ganun lang. Then force times velocity, that will be equal to the power. Aside from that, since wala kang constant or steady velocity, that means wala kang acceleration. Kung meron siyang acceleration, then magdadagdag pa dito yung reverse effective force, REF, which is mass times acceleration. Yeah? Anyway, let's solve for the weight. That is mass, 1,400 times the gravity. The weight in newtons, convert natin to kilonewtons. Then the force required to go up, tawagin natin siyang F up, is WT plus 700 Newton. That is opposing the motion. That's the force required to go up. WT plus, in kilonewton, 0.7. So, WT is that 1 plus 0. WT is the weight sine of theta. No? Sine of theta component plus 0.7, you have 3.085 kilonewtons. That's the force required to go up. Again, the power is force to go up times the velocity. So, the force to go up, the velocity in kilometers per hour, convert natin to meters per second. Cancel yan. So that the unit is kilonewton meter per second. Kilonewton meter per second is kilowatts. 68.56 kilowatts. Or if we convert that one to horsepower, and every 0.746 kilowatts, cancel yan, equal to horsepower. So 91.9 HP. Yung choice niya dyan sa board exam is 91. 91. Supposed to be dapat almost 92 na siya, no? Yung gumawa na exam 91 yung ginamit ko. Letter D. 55.26. Okay? Ayos ba? Sige. Tanong muna. Tanong muna. Okay. Walang masyadong tanong. Let's have, I think kasi walang tanong, no? Kasi hindi nag-take ng exam. Next. Ito, another problem. Board exam. Same choices. Hindi ko binago yung choices dyan. Para lang din, alam ko yung magiging reaction nyo. If ever, ganito pa rin yung choices nyo, no? Estimate the hourly production. The same to kanina. In loose cubic meters of the 2.68 cubic meters wheel loader. So, you have here the volume, excavating sand, gravel, average material. From pit and moving it to the stockpile. The average haul distance is 61 meters. Then the effective grade is 6%. You have here the bucket fill factor of 1.0. Job efficiency of 15 minutes per hour. And you have here given hint. The board exam, binigay talaga to. Volume per cycle per hour. So, sige. I-solve natin the correct way. Let's see, the given here is the heap capacity of 2.68. That is in loose cubic meters. Cycle time. Cycles per hour yan. The cycle time is the basic time plus the travel time. Sandali lang. Okay? Plus the travel time. Basic time plus the travel time. So, ito na ngayon. Ito yung tinutukoy ko. These are not givens. And makukuha natin yan sa table. Makukuha natin yan sa table. Siguro nakalimutan niyang ilagay as a hint. Yung the previous problem kasi binigay niya yung iba. Dito nakalimutan niya. Wala kasi siya sa problem mismo. So the basic time and the travel time can be seen on this table at table 6. Okay? Alright. You have here average material. Average material. So we'll be using this one. Average material. Aside from that, you have a wheel loader. Ginamit dito is wheel loader. That one. So, ito naman siya. For this column. So, hindi niya to binigay ha. Hindi niya binigay yung table. Kaya we cannot solve that one. Sa kung saan para ni mugmat. Kahit anong math yung gamitin mo dyan kung hindi ito binigay. So, yung nagtugma sa kanila, the intersection is 0.5. So, the basic time in minutes, that should be 0.5 minutes. Ito pa. For the travel time, gagamitin is yung graph. Okay? Graph yung ginamit dyan. So, ngayon, the travel time here, the average whole distance, yan yung travel. 61 meters. So, if that is 50 and 75, approximation pa, no? Approximate natin somewhere here yung 61. Okay? This is time versus distance kasi. Time versus distance. Ito, that is in feet. Ito, that is in meters. 61 meters somewhere here. So, if we, 6% yung effective grade, that one, 6%. So, ito yung gagamitin natin na graph. Then, i-plot natin yan, may project natin yan to the time. If that is 0, that is 0.5. Ito pa. Hindi pa natin makukuha yung exact value niyan. Approximately, that is 0.3 minutes yung ginamit niya. The travel time is 0.3 minutes. Okay? Okay, you have, that's why we have here the total cycle time 0.5, the basic plus the travel time. You have 0.8 minute. So using the, of course, we'll be using the given hint. The production will be equal to 2.68 cubic meters. Ngayon, cycles per hour. Dapat yung unit mo is cycles per hour. Paano mo yan gagawin? Meron kang binigay na job efficiency, no? 50 minute per hour. In order for us to cancel the minute, kasi gusto natin per hour yan, cycles per hour, we will just multiply this one by 1 over the cycle time. 1 over 0.8, so kaya cancel yan, that becomes cycles per hour. 2.68 cubic meters per hour. Actually, yung sagot is 167.5 loose cubic meters per hour, or sa libro ginamit niya as 168. Yung choice niya dyan sa board exam is ito. Isa pa, error pa. Wala pang ang given, error pa yung choices. The most possible answer niya dito is 178. Nag-typo error siya. Nagka-typo error siya. 178. Wala siyang binago na givens dyan. Wala siyang binago na givens. I assume na typo yan. 168. Sa libro, 168 yung answer. The exact is 167.5 loose cubic meters per hour. So, I would suggest, kaya nga nasabi ko na, i-memorize natin yun, yung mga possible. Kasi napaka-unfair, do? Memorize natin as much as possible yung part na ito. Ang dami kasing sources of error niya. Kung hindi niya makopya yung part na yan sa question, like for example, this table, then wala. Yabu kita, 32.46. Wala tayong magagawa. Looks fun na lang na, sir. Yes. Ayaw man natin, no? Gusto naman natin talaga na matutunan nyo yung concept talaga, but kung sa board exam ganito yung style, kulang-kulang yung data, wala tayong magagawa, no? Kailangan natin pumasa. At makakatulong sa atin pag na kita natin. Okay? Okay, next. Number 8. Ito siya, hindi pa ito lumabas sa board, pero posible, no? One of his reference. Assume magnetic bearing of line AB read in 1878 was 26 degrees 15 minutes east of north. Then the declination at the time and place was 7 degrees 15 minutes west declination. Now in 2000, the declination was 4 degrees 30 minutes east naman. The magnetic bearing in 2000 is needed. So, tanong dito is the magnetic bearing in 2000. Ano ba yung magnetic bearing and yung declination? Yung term na declination. Okay, let's say ito yung ating AB, line AB. The bearing is in 1878. The magnetic bearing. Now, magnetic bearing yung term ha. That's 26 degrees 15 minutes east of north. So, meron kang tinatawag na true direction, cardinal direction, or the true meridian. Of course, orient natin siya, in our solution, commonly, orient natin siya upward, vertical. Okay? But in that time, 1878, you have a declination down. The declination at the time, or at 1878, was 7 degrees 15 minutes. So, ito yung true meridian natin, but yung bearing, magnetic bearing is based or from the declined meridian. So, kumbaga, ito yung declined meridian natin in 1878. Decline siya ng 7 degrees 15 minutes towards west. Measured from the true meridian towards west. 7 degrees 15 minutes. So, this bearing, 26 degrees 15 minutes, magnetic bearing yung term, hindi siya true bearing. That should be measured from the declined meridian. Ito yung 26 degrees 15 minutes. Yan yung ibig sabihin ng magnetic bearing from the declined meridian. Okay. Now, in 2000, the declination was 4 degrees 30 minutes. So, the declined meridian naman, in 2000, declined towards east. 4 degrees 30 minutes towards east. So, from the true meridian, rotate ng 4 degrees 30 minutes towards east. Okay? Yung question is the magnetic bearing in 2000. So, ito yung year 2000. So, this line AB, the same yung position niya, pero ito na yung hinahanap. The bearing measured from the magnetic meridian. Nag-decline siya ng 4 degrees 30 minutes. So, si beta. So, paano masolve si beta? I-add lang natin yung angles, di ba? As you can see that the beta plus itong total angle, ito to, from here to here, beta plus that angle, which is 4 degrees 30 minutes, plus 7 degrees 15 minutes, okay? 4 degrees 30 plus 7, 15, is equivalent to the total angle, 26 degrees, 15 minutes. So, the beta is 14 degrees 30 minutes. The magnetic bearing in year 2000 is 14 degrees 30 minutes east of north. 64.21. Malaki pala yung stats dito. Malaki yung statistics. 64.21. Diba? Ayos ba? Question? Any question? Next. Alright, next problem. Sand falling from a chute forms a conical pile Its altitude is always 4/3 the radius. Okay, 4/3 the radius of the base. Now, how fast is the volume increasing when the radius of the base is 3 feet and is increasing at the rate of 3 inch per minute? Okay? So, volume that forms a cone. Yung sun natin is always forming a cone. Parang ginanyan siya, no? So, the volume of cone is pi over 3 r squared h. Now, it is stated here that altitude is always 4/3 of the radius. So, h is 4/3 of the radius r. So, we can simplify that one. The volume of the cone is pi over 3 r squared. H is 4 over 3 r. Simplify pa natin. Combine the constant. You have 4 pi over 9 r cubed. May gusto natin yung volume increasing. How fast the volume increasing? It's the rate of change or dV over dt. We will just differentiate that one. Derivative of that is dV over dt. Derivative of that with respect to time. Kopya the constant. Derivative of r cubed. That will be 3r squared times dr over dt. Condition, when the radius of the base is 3 feet, when r is 3 feet, then the dv over dt is, multiply lang natin yan, kopya. Yung r natin is 3 feet, so 3 times 3 feet squared. Okay? The dr over dt is, that's the rate of change of the radius of the base, increasing at 3 inch per minute, times 3 inch per minute. So, since yung choices is cubic feet per minute, we will be converting inches to feet. So that the answer is 3 pi cubic feet per minute. Or in other words, another solution, alternate solution, rather, using the calculator, the dV over dt, that is dr over dt given, we multiply that one by dV over dr, cancel, the result is dV over dt. So, meron kang dr over dt, the dV over dt, kailangan natin ng v function of r, which is our equation, v function of r. So, we will just input that one directly in the calculator. A dr over dt is 3 inch per minute. Again, convert muna natin to feet. Then, ito yung ilagay natin sa calculator natin. D over dx sa calculator by default. Then, times v function of r. Ito yung v function of r. When r is 3 feet. Then, you will get the same result. 3 pi cubic feet per minute. 61.58. Medyo malaki yan. 61.58. Okay? Question? It's 9:20. Di pala tayo nakakalahati, no? Number 9 pa tayo. Diba? Alright. Mag-break tayo 9:30, Mag-break tayo by 9:30. Huwag na lang 10. Ay, nasanay na ako mag-break ng 9. No? Sub number 10. Alright, a mountain peak A is 10,040 meters above sea level. Then from mountain peak A, the angle of elevation of mountain peak B was 10 degrees angle of elevation. That means that point B must be higher elevation than A. The pilot of Air Asia, upon flying directly over peak A, took an angle of depression of peak B equal to 46 degrees 12 minutes and read his altimeter to be That's to be. Naging to ni siya. That's to be. Sandali lang. Gawin agad natin para di natin makalimutan. Alright. That's to be 2820 meters above sea level. Determine the elevation of mountain peak B. Interpret natin. Let's say ito yung ating sea level. Tawag mo na itong mountain peak A. Mountain peak A. The level above the sea level is 1,040 meters, or that's the elevation. Then again, the angle of elevation of the mountain peak B was 10 degrees. So dapat yung point B is above point E in terms of elevation. Point B, then above yan kay point A, the angle of elevation is 10 degrees. Then you have the pilot of Air Asia upon flying directly over peak A. So ito yan, no? Flying directly over peak A. Okay? Saan yan? Took an angle of depression of peak B. Angle of depression of peak B equal to 46 degrees 12 minutes. That one. 46 degrees 12 minutes. Yung tanong dito is the elevation of B. Determine the elevation of mountain peak B. Saan ba yun? The angle, the altimeter daw, the altimeter of that airplane. Altimeter, that is the altitude. The altitude from the reference datum, which is the sea level, is 2820. Ito yan, 2820 meters. So, how do you solve the elevation of B? How do you solve the elevation of B? Maraming paraan dito, no? We can solve for this, this stats. That one. That will be 2820 minus 1040. No? We will get 1780 meters. Okay? So, after that, para makuha natin yung elevation ng B, take note, you have here elevation of A. I will be considering later this triangle. This right triangle. Okay? And also this triangle. Right triangle pa rin yan. Tawag itong distance X, distance Y. Pwede, para makuha mo yung elevation of B from here to here, pwede natin gawin as 2820 minus X kung makukuha na natin yung X. Or pwede rin 1040 plus Y. It's up to you. It's up to you ano yung gagamitin mo. Okay? So, this is D. Tawagin ko yung D. Of course, this is also the D. Yung equation ko kasi dito, I just equate X plus Y equal to 1780. And X and Y will be in terms of V using right triangles. Yan yung solution ko. Okay, using this triangle, that right triangle, you have the tangent of 46 degrees 12 minutes equal to X over adjacent D. Or X will be equal to D tangent 46 degrees 12 minutes. Okay, same process in this triangle naman. The tangent of 10 degrees equal to Y over D. Or Y in terms of D, that is D tangent of 10 degrees. Again, I will equate this one equal to this. X plus Y equal to 1780. Where X in terms of D. Y in terms of D. Then copy. Kuha muna natin yung D. Okay? So that the elevation of B will be equal to 1040 plus Y. Okay? 1040. The Y is D tangent of 10 degrees. Yung D natin, na-solve na natin. D tangent of 10 degrees. Then you will get 1297.45. Letter D. 68.6. So, medyo malaki siya. 68.6. Very good kung nakuha mo nyo man yan ng tama. Okay ba? Wala nang umiimik. Ipa mo? Are you okay? Wala na? Tulba na? Kinakabahan na ba kayo? Eh, natural lang yan, no? Kasi gusto natin eh. Gusto natin magka-lisensya. Natural lang yan ang kabahan. Sige. Next. Let's have next problem. Ano ba? 928. Okay. Okay, Rami. Okay, Rami. Okay, sir, bisag pressured. Bisag pressured. Ang kaya niyo yan. Next month, engineer na kayo. Di pala. License. By next month, license engineer na kayo. Yan yung magiging advanced Christmas gift ninyo sa sarili and also sa parents, no? Magandang Christmas gift yan para sa ating parents. Kaya nyo yan. Makukuha nyo yan. Okay. Kaya pa ba? 9:30? A person driving her car at 45 kilometers per hour approaches an intersection just as the traffic lights turns yellow. Then she know that the yellow light lasts only 2 seconds before turning red. No, after yung yellow light daw, only 2 seconds then after turning red, then before turning red. And she is 28 meters from the near side of the intersection. She is 28 meters. Then should she try to stop or speed up to cross the intersection before the light turns red? Tanong niya dito, pwede ang parang conditional siya, situational. Kaya niya bang mag-accelerate? Bumilis ng takbo para maka-cross sa stopping light? Then, meron kang given na intersection is 15 meters wide. Yan yung daanan, no? Her car's maximum deceleration is negative 5.8. Then we're asked, it can accelerate from 45 to 65 in 6 seconds. Ignore the length of the car and her reaction time. Tanong dito is, bibilisan niya ba or mag-stop na lang siya? And that is the given on the choices. Situational, hindi siya parang naglalag. Situational yung ating given. Wala siyang given na numerical values. Anyway, dalawa yung situation na i-check natin. Let's say ito yung ating car. Sige lang. Parang naglag. Alright. Let's say ito yung ating car traveling at 45 kilometers per hour. So, na-notice niyo yung yellow traffic light. Ito yung stoplight, for example, at 28 meters. Then, the intersection is 15 meters wide. Okay, consider natin what if kung mag-accelerate siya. Take note, you only have 2 seconds lang. 2 seconds, no? Until na maging red. Consider natin na decelerate muna. Hihinto siya. Kung safe ba. No? So, gagamitin natin, let's check the distance traveled when decelerating at 2 seconds. So, gagamitin natin yung maximum deceleration of negative 5.8 meters per second. So, if we are to use this one, you have your 45 kilometers per hour as the velocity one. 45 divide ko ng 3.6 para maging, meters per second. Alright? Divide ng 3.6, 4 meters per second. The time is 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Plus 1/2 of yung acceleration. By the way, this is ano ha? Rectilinear motion, one of the fundamental formulas. 1/2 of, we will use the deceleration of negative, or acceleration negative 5.8, or deceleration, times time of 2 squared. So, 13.4. So, it is safe, no? Kung mag-decelerate lang siya, o gagamitin niya yung maximum deceleration, hindi siya aabot dyan sa stoplight light. Okay lang. Walang problema. Walang magiging danger. Pwede pa nga niyang hindi gamitin yung maximum deceleration. So, now, consider naman natin, what if bilisan niya, mag-accelerate siya. Calculate natin yung distance travel niya. Kung lalagpas ba siya dito, dapat lumagpas siya sa total distance yan para makatawid siya on the other road. Para makatawid siya sa the other road. Ito yung stoplight dyan, then dapat makatawid siya kung bibilisan niya. Gagamitin ko yung isang other formula. V2 is equals to V1 plus AT. That is for me to solve first for the acceleration. You have here, it can accelerate from 45 to 65 in 6 seconds. Wala pang binigay na acceleration. But we can solve that one using this fundamental formula. So, rearranging the acceleration will be equal to V2 minus V1 over time. So, V2 for the final velocity is 65. V1 is 45. Divide natin ng 3.6 each para maging meters per second. And it can accelerate that one at 6 seconds divided by 6. The acceleration is 0.926 meter per square second. Now, gamitin ulit natin yung formula na yan para makuha yung distance travel. So, initial velocity is 45 over 3.6. The time is, again, 2 seconds lang yung required, no? Na until maging red light siya sa stopping light. Plus 1/2 of the acceleration, t squared, 2 squared. And, yung kaya niya lang abutin is 852. Hindi pa nga siya umabot dito sa stopping light or sa stoplight. Yung required talaga is dapat makatawid na siya on the other road, which is 28 plus 15 is 43. Less than 43 meters siya. So according to this, hindi safe na tumawid siya. Dapat mag-decelerate siya, or she should adjust the rate of deceleration, stop and wait for the next green light. Dapat mag-stop talaga siya. Pwede niya i-adjust yung rate ng deceleration kasi that is negative maximum deceleration. Pwede niyang paliitan yung deceleration niya. Kasi 13.4 lang naman yan. No? Pwede pang paliitan niya, adjust yung deceleration para at least lang umabot lang siya dito until nag-red light na. The answer should be letter D based on the choices. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-speed up. Okay. Hindi rin pwede ito. She should adjust the rate of deceleration and wait for the next red light. Hindi naman red light. Next green light para tumawid ka. Dapat green light. Maintain the rate of deceleration continuous. She would pass intersection para bumangga siya. Letter C para bumangga. So that cannot be. That cannot be. So, may possibility ba na mas mahirap ngayong, mapamarami man yan, konti yung magti-take, the same na yan, guys. Walang magbabago dyan. Okay? Sakto ako answer. Very good, kasi minsan kaya natin yung masolve ng, logically. Alright, break muna tayo. Basahin ko lang later yung question if ever meron. Then, okay. Stop or break muna. Wala yung Okay? Okay, hello, hello. Okay. Init. Balik tayo. Tuloy natin. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Let's have number 12. A 2 kilogram body is tied to the end of a cord and whirled in a horizontal circle of radius of 1.5 meters. 3 revolutions per second. Neglecting the attraction due to gravity, find the acceleration of the body towards the center of the circle. Acceleration of the body towards the center of the circle, yun yung ating normal acceleration, no? Or centripetal acceleration. That is v squared over r. Meron kang meron kang omega. Merong relation yan, no? Pwede rin omega squared the v squared over r over g. Basta, if you want to use this formula, then the velocity is just omega times the radius. No? So, omega squared r lang. Pwede rin din siya omega squared r. If we substitute that one here, the normal acceleration is omega squared r. So, the omega is the revolution, no? The speed in revolution. That will be 3 revolutions per second. Then, convert natin yan to radians, no? In every 1 revolution, you have 2 pi radians. So, kaya mag-cancel yung revolution. And the radius is 1.5 meters given. Times 1.5, mag-cancel yung ating the result becomes meters per second. Then substitute, direct substitution. The normal acceleration is 532.946, 42.81. No? Kahit madali lang yung problem, basta hindi bago siya, no? Hindi siya kumbaga, it is not passboard. It's a looks spam. Medyo maliit siya. Compare doon kanina, mas mahirap pa yung ibang problems kanina. Hindi siya na-solve. Next problem. Okay, number 13. The Wollongong Falls in Australia have a height of 1,100 feet. A pebble is thrown upward from the top of the falls with an initial velocity of 20 feet per second. Thrown upward. The height of the pebble h after t seconds is given by the equation. Although may binigay siya na velocity, but since meron ng function, naka-define na siya as a function, you don't need to use the dynamic formula. Ito siya, na-derive yan using those formulas. So, kadalasan sa problem niya, sa board exam, binibigay niya na yan. Yung style niya. So, how long after the pebble is thrown will it hit the ground? Will hit the ground. So, it will hit the ground. It will hit the ground when h is just equals to 0. No? Yung h natin is measured from the ground. Ganun lang. That is a quadratic equation making that one a 0. That's quadratic equation, two roots yan, 8.94 and negative 7.69. The answer, of course, will be the positive value. This one is an observed value. 68.42 lang yung nakakuha. Although napakadali ng problem niya. Okay? Screenshot. Then, move tayo number 14. Bilisan natin, no? Anyway, wala namang masyadong nagtatanong. Bilisan natin. Let's have number 14. Okay, find the equation of the curve passing through the point 3 and 2 and having a slope of 5x squared minus x plus 1 at every point xy. Find the equation of the curve. The equation of the curve mismo yung hinahanap. So, itong 5x squared minus x plus 1, that's the first derivative of the curve. Okay? The slope or the y prime is 5x squared minus x plus 1. That's the y prime. So, para makuha natin yung equation, dapat maging ano siya. Etong dx, i-cross multiply natin on the other side. So, that becomes dy will be equal to 5x squared. Simply copy that 1, then cross multiply the dx. So, eliminate the differential, then we will integrate the both sides. Integrate natin both sides. So, eliminate the differential. So, the equation of the curve will become integral of dy. You have y. Alright, integral of that. Integrate natin. Integral of 5x squared dx. That is 5, 2 plus 1 yan, di ba? So, 5 over 3x cubed. Integral of negative x, that is negative x squared over 2. Integral of 1 dx, that is x plus the constant of integration. Alright, then at a given point, at 3 and 2, para makuha natin si, that is the boundary condition, para makuha yung c. When y is 2 and x is 3, so you have y, kinopya lang natin to from here, equal to 5 third x, x is 3, minus 3 cube over 2 plus 3 plus the constant of integration. Then we will get c of negative 83 over 2. So, ibalik lang natin yan dito, such that the equation is minus 83 over 2. The answer is letter B. Okay? Bakit marami pumili dito? Okay, kamali ka dito, no? 5. Negative siya. Negative. Letter B. Alright, next, number 15. AB is diameter of a circle. Then BC is the chord which is 10 centimeters long. CD is another chord. Angle BDC is 18 degrees. What is the area of the circle? Kasi ito yung ating circle. AB is diameter. D. Diameter yung ating AB. Then you have BC as a chord, 10 centimeters long. Let's say ito yung ating point C, so that B to C is 10 centimeters. Then you have another chord, CD. Let's say ito yung ating point D, and this is the chord CD. Okay. The angle BDC is 18 degrees. So BDC, ito dapat yung angle yan, 18 degrees. What is the area of the circle? So, take note, area of the circle, we need the diameter D. No? Or pwede rin radius. Now, as you can see that you have here a triangle BCD. Diba? The constant in the sine law, in a triangle, yung sine law, the constant of the ratio of the side to the sine of opposite angle is equals to the diameter of the circumscribing circle. Or in other words, the diameter of the circle is simply equal to 10, the side over its sine of the angle. Ganun lang. You have here the diameter. After we have the diameter, kuha na natin yung area ng circle, pi over 4d squared. Or kung gusto nyo talaga na ibang proof, you can extend that one to point C, the line. Alright, same intercept and arc BC. So the angle is 18. So that must be also equal to 18. And take note that the angle subtended by the diameter anywhere on the circle, let's say at point C, will be equal to 90 degrees. Diameter yan, dapat 90 degrees yan. Okay? And again, as you can see that kung considering that right triangle, the sine of 18 degrees equal to opposite over adjacent hypotenuse D, or D will be equal to 10 over sine of 18 degrees. Same result. So pi over 4 D squared, you have the area of the circle. A to 2.48, letter A. Okay? Next, sub number 16. A polyhedron having 12 faces and has 4 of its faces. A polyhedron having 12 faces. Having 12 faces and has for its face 12 regular pentagon. Yung faces niya is regular pentagon, 12 regular pentagon. We call that dodecahedron. Determine the number of edges. Meron tayong relation dyan. For any polyhedron, ibigay na lang natin lahat. The number of edges, E, is given by this formula. Ito yung ating gagamitin. Number of edges. The number of vertices, tinawag yung B for the solid. Number of vertices of the solid is NF over M. Okay? The other relation here, the Euler's, this is read as Euler's polyhedron, polyhedron for convex polyhedron. The relation is F plus B equal to 2 plus C. Where F is the number of faces given here, 12 faces. Where N is the number of sides of the polygon. So if you have here a pentagon, then the number of sides of the polygon is 5. Yung B is the number of vertices of the polyhedron. That is not given, no? Yung M is the number of polygons meeting at a vertex. Hindi yan given. Hindi naman natin yung magagamit. And again, yung E is the number of edges given by that formula. So ito lang yung gagamitin natin. Direct substitution na yan. That would be 1/2 of N, which is 5. The number of faces is 12. Answer is 30 edges. Okay, actually pakita natin to during our review. Ito yan eh. Known polyhedrons. Okay? You don't need to memorize this one. Pinakita na natin to last time. 58.6. Sige. Next. Number 17. Find the polar equation that has the same graph as the circle. Okay, ito yung circle natin, no? So, yung tatandaan lang natin dito is that x is r cosine of theta. Yung y is r sine of theta. Tatlo lang yung dapat nating tandaan. Basta converting a curve, rectangular or Cartesian coordinate to polar coordinate. So, x is r cosine theta, y is r sine theta, and r squared equals to x squared plus y squared. Pythagorean theorem. Ito lang talaga. So, x squared plus y squared equals to 4y. Okay, x squared and y squared will be equal to r squared. Therefore, y is r sine of theta. 4 times y is r sine of theta. So, cancel yung isang r. Cancel yung isang r. That is why the answer is 4 sine theta. 53.32. Diba? Okay, number 18. Let's have number 18. Mabilis ako ha. An engineer designed a simple curve at a certain point of a highway. The data for the simple curve are given. You have the intersection angle, the radius, the stationings of PC, PI, and PT. Compute the deflection angle at 13 plus 0, 0. Deflection angle at 13 plus 0, 0. So, let's say ito yung ating simple curve. Radius given. PC, given stationing. PT, given the stationing. These are the tangents at PI, given stationing. Angle of intersection. Okay, yung question is, what is the deflection at station 13 plus 0, 0? Let's say somewhere here. Variable siya, no? We don't know saan siya oriented talaga. But we can scale. Okay, deflection angle at any point on the curve. Ito yan. With respect to the tangent at PC. Okay, that is I. But if we connect that point here, natawagin natin yung theta, yung I is half of theta by geometry. By geometry, yung I is half theta. Or if you don't want to use that, you can solve for this angle. Equal yung angle na yan dyan. Ito from here to here. Then the angle I is 90 degrees. 90 degrees minus that angle if you want. But in geometry, yung I na yan is just half of theta. We just need to solve first the arc length S from that point to here. That is simply the difference between the stationing. After we solve the arc length S, then we can solve the intercepted angle theta. Then yan muna si I. Alright, yung S, by using the stationing, that will be 1300 minus 10.57. Then you got 189.43 feet. In geometry, the arc length is R times theta in radians multiplied by pi over 180. So that the theta will be equal to 189.43 times 180 or over R times 180 over 5 pi, that's 27 degrees, 8 minutes 1.86 seconds. And the I is theta over 2. We substitute the theta. Answer is letter 34, letter A. Letter A, 64.56. Okay? That's number 18. Screenshot. Next, number 19. Number 19. The angle of elevation of the top of the building from point A on the ground is 24.2. So, let's say ito yung ating building, point A on the ground, the angle of elevation is, let's say at point A is 24.2. Then from point B, which is 44.5 feet closer, mas malapit siya sa tower, 44.5, the angle of elevation of the same top of the tower is 38.21 na siya. What is the height of the building? Let's say that's point C. What is the height of this building? Tawagin mo itong X. Alright? And tawagin ko yung distance from A to C as D. Again, yung equation ko dito is I'll just equate D will be equal to X plus 44.5. And considering triangle ATC, you have the tangent of this angle equal to H over D. Or gawin ko siya D in terms of H over tangent 24.2. Alright, in triangle, ano naman, BCT, that one, tangent of 38.1 equal to H over X. or x will be equal to h over tangent 38.1. And equating distances, d will be equal to x plus 44.5, where d is in terms of height, equal to x in terms of height then, plus 44.5, then we will solve the height of the building. 46.85. So you only have 91.75%. Napakadali niyan. Honestly, napakadali niyan. The classic trigonometry problem. Okay. Next. Next problem, number 20. Number 20. Okay. So, players A and B match pennies n times. They keep a tally of their gains and losses. After the first loss, what is the chance that at no time during the game they will be even? Saan man eh? Paano ba to? They will be even. Actually, ito yung lumabas sa time namin, no? May 2019. Players A and B match pennies n times. They keep a tally over their gains and losses. After the first loss, what is the chance that at no time during the game they will be even? During at no time, they will be even. Okay, actually, mahirap siya, no? Kasi wala kang base, wala kang n, wala kang n. But, ang ginawa ko dito dati is trial and error sa board exam. Nasa Litton's Problematical Recreation nandun yan. Board exam namin to, May 2019. Ginawa ko dyan is trial and error. By the way, itong nakasulat dyan, that is also written, for example, that one, that can be written as NCN divided by, combination yan ba? 2N. Ganun yan. No? Same as here. NCN divided by 2, NCN divided by ganyan. No? Now, ito yung ginawa ko dyan sa board exam namin. Kasi sa Litton's Problematical Recreation, wala siyang solution din dyan, no? Explanation niya lang. Medyo may kahirapan. Pero, using the trial and error, using trial and error MathCAD. Gamitan ko lang na MathCAD para mabilis mag-trial and error. This is how I did it. Hindi ko kasi siya na-look spam dati. Medyo nahirapan ako dito last time. Ito yung ginawa ko dyan eh. Okay. Ito yung choice A ha. Probability kasi yung tanong. What is the chance or the probability that they will be even in the game? They will be even. Probability yan, no? Let's say, probability of choice A. Again, in CR yan ha. Dito sa MathCAD, I'll be using C and N. Then divided by 2N. That is the probability of choice A. The probability of choice B equal to NCN over 2 raised to N. C N and N divided by 2 raised to N. Then the probability of choice C, NCN divided by 2 na lang siya. Divided by Alright, and the probability of choice D, NCN, divided by 2N. Yan. Ito yung choices natin. Now, ginawa ko dati, nag-assume ako ng values ng n and n. Let's say n. For example lang ha, n is 10. Example lang. Then, yung n, take note yung n natin, or diba, NCR yan. The n must be lesser than the capital N. Let's say 1. For example lang ha, example 1. Ano yung probability nito? You have 5. Probability nito. You have 0.01. The probability of this, you have 5. And the probability of this is you have 0.5. Hala. Okay. Based on the choice, yung itong dalawa cannot be yan. Probability cannot be greater than 1. The probability cannot be greater than 1. So, bale yung pwede dito is yung letter D at letter B. No? Pwede yung letter D at letter B. Now, itry na natin baguhin ulit. Let's say, gawin ko lang tong 5. Ito yung ginawa ko dati. Let's say 6. Still, that is a probability. These are still probabilities. So, 0.5 and 0.9 over 2n. Over 2n. Okay? Baguhin ko let's say 2. Pwede ba? 0.5. Bakit dito nagbabago? Divided by... okay. Let's say ito yung 4. Ito naman yung baguhin ko. Let's say 3. 2n. 0.5 pa rin siya. Constant si point B, no? As letter B. Cn over 2n over 2 raised to n over 2. Let's say this is ulit a step. Okay. Observe if that is 10 at n is 3, the remaining probability is letter B lang. No? Kahit anong values na i-assume natin dyan, si letter B lang yung possible na probability answer. Less than 1. Siya lang yung nag-less than 1. Baguhin natin yan. Let's say 20. Still, that's 0.001. Sila ang laki na. Greater than 1. So, cannot be yung ating choice A, C, and D. Well, may times na pwede siya maging probability like kanina. For example, maliit ito. Let's say 4. So, it can be a probability. But as we go to any values of n, let's say 100. Okay, so as you can see that these cannot be probabilities, choice A, B, and C. 0 pa nga siya dito. Let's say 70. Kahit anong values dyan. Still, that's 0. Relatively kasi napakalit yan. Let's say this is 50. Still 0 siya, no? Cannot be. Let's say 51. 0 pa rin siya. Let's say balik ako dito sa 3. And let's say this is 6. Okay? So the only possible answer here is letter B lang talaga. Na nag-remain siya as a probability. Less than 1 siya parate. Kahit anong values dito. Given that this is always greater than the n, small letter n. Okay? Ganun ko lang siya sinob. Wala kasing data. Ang hirap isolve siya the correct way. But logically, answering that one logically, kuha pa rin natin. Kuha niyo ba? Okay? Sa trial and error yung choice, yung solution ko dito. Wala ko ibang maisip dyan, kundi trial and error lang talaga. Answer is letter B nga siya. Letter B. Paano nyo ba ito sinote? Okay. Sige. Number 21. So, number 21. Given that sine 34 degrees equal to 0.5592, find an acute angle theta such that the sine of cosine theta is 0.5592. Actually, hindi sila related, no? Ibang case na yan. That will be another case. So, siya sa di makuha, no? 92.81 arc cosine of this. Acute angle yung gusto natin, no? Acute angle. Sino ba yung di nakakuha dyan? Nako. Arc cosine lang. Uh, 0.5592. 56 letter D. Kung waka kakuha na, delikado ka ba? Delikado ka sa board exam kung hindi mo pa yan nakuha. Unless kung nagka human error lang. Pero hindi mo yan talaga nakuha. Frankly speaking, lisod mag-take sa board exam. Gi-pattern na lang ang sa choices, sir, since nagsunod-sunod ang sakto na letter. Tuwara. Sa board exam, kaya hindi yan mapapattern do kasi marumble-rumble niya yung choices dyan. Meron silang device or machine. Alright. Let's have number 22. Number 22. A subdivision property was measured using 100 meter tape which was actually 0.01 meters short. If the recorded area was 3,000 square meters, what is the true area and how much is the error? How much is the error in the area? So on the choices, obviously these are errors in area. Okay? That cannot be true areas kasi ang laki ng area 3,000 yung recorded. So, pinakamadaling solution dito is using the ratio, similar polygons. The true area to the measured area will be equal to ln, the nominal tape length. I-correct natin, i-apply natin yung correction plus the error in correction per tape length over ln squared kasi these are areas. A sub m is the recorded or the measured area. Kunin muna natin yung true area. Cross multiply lang natin siya. 3,000 and 100. Take note that the tape is 0.01 meters short. So that should be taken as a negative value. 0.01 over 100. The nominal tape length ln is 100. You'll get the true area 2999.4 square meters. So that the error in the area should be measured minus true value. That should be measured minus true value. 3,000 minus the true value of 2999.4, you will get 0.6 square meters. So, sobra. Positive or sobra siya ng 0.6. That should be plus. Excess in area. The error is excess, hindi short. 38.95. So, maraming pumili ng negative. Baka gilook-spam to ng iba. Sa face-to-face, no? Sa face-to-face, binago ko yan. Ginawa ko yung long. Too long yet. Maraming pumili dito. That should be measured minus true value. Okay? Sobra siya ng 0.6 and that should be okay, next. Number 23. A line has been measured 10 times with the results in the column 1. The following table. It is assumed these measurements have already been corrected for all systematic errors. What is the standard error or standard deviation? Standard error or standard deviation. Binigay pa dito yung residual values. Okay, by formula, the formula, the standard error or deviation is sa surveying, denote natin siya as E, error, plus or minus the square root of the variance. Yung V squared, yung V is the residual values. Meron ka ng V squared dito. The summation of V squared is just adding this all. Add lang natin yan lahat. No? Summation of V squared. That's 0.0554. Alright, yung N is the number of the size of the data. That's 10. So, automatically, the standard error is plus or minus. Summation of V squared is 0.0554 divided by 10 data yan minus what? 0.078 or 0.08 plus or minus. 49.12. Pwede rin i-input natin yan, then we will just use the calculator, no? Kung nakalimutan niyo yung formula na yan, input lang natin yan. I-try natin. Kasi itong values yan, actually, sa book, wala yan, hindi yan given. Ito lang. Mano-manuhin pa natin yan, kunin isa-isa. Medyo may katagalan. Kung wala tayong calculator na makapag-solve ng standard deviation automatically. Diba, naalala nyo, that's just mode 3, then statistics. Then we will just input this all. Input lang natin yan dito. We have 1,000.57. Next is 0.39. Then 0.37 ulit. Then 0.39. Then 0.48. 1,000.48. 49. Then 1,000.33. 1,000.46. And 1,000.47. Last is 1,000.55. Okay, standard error or deviation, that is apps 5, then yung x sigma n minus 1. Uy. Wala. CA ka muna, then apps 5, then 4. 0.07. Pwedeng ganito. Okay, nilagay ko lang yung conventional way kasi binigay siya dito. Pero kung nalimutan natin yan, pwede natin siya gamitan ng calculator. Alright, next, number 24. Sub number 24. A metal sphere with a specific gravity of 3 originally weighs 34 kilograms. It underwent a process of recasting and was formed into a solid cone with a base of radius 6 centimeters. Then, assuming 12% of the metal was lost in the process, what is the perpendicular height of the new cone? So, yung nature ng problem is you have a metal sphere, then recasting. Convert natin siya, pwede siyang gi-remold into a cone. Okay? The original given here is the specific gravity of the metal sphere, and its weight or mass. So, we can solve here for sure, we can solve the volume of the metal sphere. Say we have the specific gravity and the mass. Now, after we have solved the volume of the sphere, we will convert that one to a cone. So basically, assuming no loss, the volume of the sphere will be equal to the volume of the cone. But since meron kang loss in the process, 12%, then the volume of cone must be equal to the metal sphere less 12%. Okay? And you have here the R, equate natin pi over 3r squared times altitude, perpendicular height or altitude. Diyan natin makukuha. So, the mass of the cube will be equal to the density of cube times the volume of cube. Meron kang mass, a sphere pala. Hindi yan cube. Metal sphere. Sandali lang ha. Baguhin ko lang. Cube yung nalagay ko kasi sa face-to-face. Cube naman yung problem. Yung number 24. Sandali lang dito. Para tama naman siya. Inedit ko lang saglit para sphere. Alright. Balik tayo. Wait, maraming H ah. Alright. Again, you have the mass of sphere equals to density times volume. So, the mass is 34,000 grams. That's kilogram. Ginawa ko siyang grams. So that the density of the sphere will be equal to the specific gravity times the density of water. Density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeters multiplied by the specific gravity 3. Thus, we can solve here the volume of the sphere. Hindi pala ito na bago. Volume of the sphere. Yan, volume of the sphere. So, we can solve here the volume of sphere equal to this. Okay, again, the volume of the cone supposed to be equal to the volume of the sphere, less than 12%. Nag-less tayo ng 12%. So, sphere is that one. Then, copy 1 minus 12%. The volume of cone is this. Then, equate natin yan sa formula ng cone. Pi over 3, r squared. The r given here is 6 centimeters times perpendicular height of the cone. Then, we can solve the height of the cone as 264.55 centimeters. Napaka laki, no, relative to the radius. Parang hindi siya realistic. But ito yung exact na lumabas sa board exam. 71.23%. Exact board exam to lumabas. Okay. Sub number 25. Number 25. Determine the correct values of the latitude of line AB and departure of line BC using compass rule. So, gusto natin is the correct latitude of line AB. Determine the correction values. Gusto pala natin is yung corrections only for the line AB and departure of BC. Alright. So, una, kunin natin yung perimeter. Wala siyang, sinabi niya pala compass rule, no? The perimeter will be the sum of the gibbets. Yan. You have 2466.02. So, gamitin natin to. Okay, sa review, ito yung ginamit natin na sign convention. Again, kung meron kayong ibang ways in calculating latitude and departure, walang problema. Sa review dati, ginamit namin to as the sign convention. For, ito yan, A sub north, yun na lang natin. I-store natin yung, excuse me, i-store natin yung AB natin sa complex number A. Mode 2 tayo, ha. So, if that is A sub north, yung syntax will be the length, then angle the bearing. The length is 285.1, angle the bearing. That's na, bearing angle. Latitude yan, departure yung imaginary. Sa BC, east of south, so the syntax will be like this. You have negative quantity, the length, and the bearing angle. Negative din yung bearing angle. You have latitude and departure. For C, you have west of south. Tingnan lang natin yung west of south. You have there negative 7, 20, negative length. The bearing is 15 degrees 30 minutes. Positive yung angle natin. Latitude, departure. Then, yung D, west of north, ito naman yung syntax, length, angle, negative, bearing. The length here, store natin siya sa complex number D. Length is 203, angle, negative, bearing. Latitude, departure. And lastly, was of north pa rin. The length is 647.02. Angle negative bearing. Latitude departure. Okay, take note sa compass rule, you have here C over delta. C over the total delta equal to the length over the perimeter. Ano ba yung delta? Okay, in general to siya, no? So, i-calculate natin yung error in latitude and departure by simply adding all the latitude here. This plus this one. Lahat ng real part, that is the latitude. You can have the error of closure for the latitude. I-add naman natin lahat ng merong I dyan, yung imaginary. All of the imaginary numbers there are the departure. Tawagin natin siyang LEC in vector form. Instead na isa-isahin natin latitude departure, pwede natin yan diretso. Given that these are stored on the mode 2, add natin siya diretso. Then you can get negative 0.6754. That is our error in the latitude. Delta L. Error in departure. Okay, again, this is the error of closure for latitude, error of closure for departure. So using that one, the correction of the latitude of AB, cross-multiply natin si delta, will be equals to the length of AB to be specific, 285.1 divided by the perimeter. Perimeter is that what? 2466.02 multiplied by delta L. Negative 0.6754, you will get negative 0.78. 078 or 08. For the next question is for the BC. Departure of BC naman. Yung pangalawa, departure of BC. So, correction for departure of BC. Okay, so kung departure yan, latitude ko yung lagay ko. Dali lang ha. Latitude. I mean, departure dapat. Okay, departure of BC will be equal to the length of BC, which is 610.45 over its perimeter. Multiplied by the error in departure. You have 0.01314. So the answer here is 0.08 for AB and 0.013. Letter D. Okay, 0.013. Letter D. Okay, as you can see that negative yan, dito positive, ito negative, then positive, then negative siya dito. Kasi yung effect dito, no, ginawa kasi natin, minodify natin yung style. Yung effect kasi nito sa departure, I mean sa latitude ng AB, di ba? The correction will be always subtracted if we follow this procedure, no? Di ba kung i-subtract natin yan sa latitude of AB, which is that one, 285.8815 minus that one, magiging positive siya, minus negative value, magiging positive, kaya positive yung effect niya. Positive yung effect niya dito sa latitude. Ito naman, i-subtract natin yan sa departure of BC, which is that one, minus the correction, yung effect niya sa departure is negative. No? Or in other words, we will just use, kung merong sign dyan sa choices, we will just use the opposite value, opposite sign. So negative yan, dapat positive siya dito sa choices. Positive yan, dapat negative siya sa choices. Okay? Pag ganun yan. Dili na 255.881 ang Acer. 255. Ito ba? Mali ba yung lagay ko sa A? Sandali lang. Check ko lang ha, sa calculator. 285. Mode 2 pala. Mode 2. 285.1 26 and 10 minutes. 255.88 255 yan. Tama. Thank you sa napanotice, no? This is 255. Na-typo lang ko dyan. Ito yung tinutukoy niya. 255 yan. Na-typo error lang siya. Okay? Okay, thank you, no? Thank you sa anyway, hindi siya magmamatter dito sa result. Unless kung corrected latitude yung hinanap. So, 56.49. 255. Tama. Nag-typo error lang siya. Typo error ako. Alright, let's have number 26. Okay ba? Okay pa mo? Buhi pa mo dira? Buhi pa mo? Buhi pa man noon, sir. 165. May exam pala kayo ngayon, no? Ano ba yung exam nyo ngayon? Math ba? I think structural yan. Tingnan ko yung exam niyo. Mag-solve, tas exam niyo. Doon nga tag-solve. Ano to? PSAD and HPGE. Tingnan ko yung exam niyo, ha? Tingnan natin gaano kahirap yung exam niyo ngayon. Ato ni Solbon? Live. PSAD. Structural and HGE. 111 items. Ang rami. Ang raming items. Fighting Japan. Okay. Very good. 111 items yung exam nyo ngayon, no? HGE and structural. Laban yun. Marami-rami. Okay. Anyway, let's have number 26. Number 26. Sir, kailan mo ni Princess Villeta? Yes, batchmate namin, no? Girlfriend yan ni Engineer Badayos. Yung top 9 sa batch namin. Magkakilala kayo? Okay, paki-regards lang kay Engineer Villeta. Paki-regards na lang sa kanila, no? Kung nagkikita ba kayo. Okay, let's have number 26. Bill wants to calculate how many baristas are required in his coffee shop. He operates 313 days a year for 11 hours each day. Bill wants a capacity cushion of 12% to deal with the unexpected fluctuations in demand. This year, Bill is forecasting 500,000 customers with an average time for each customers as 3 minutes. How many baristas needed? Dapat niya ma-anticipate and mag-assume siya ng 12% fluctuation para ma-anticipate niya yung rami ng tao. Actually, this is just a unit analysis, no, using algebra. If he operates 300, if you want to accommodate 500,000 customers within a year, that each of these customers 3 minutes, average of 3 minutes each of the customers. Ito yung dapat natin ma-accommodate na time And to deal with 12% fluctuation, dapat expected niya meron siyang 12% na fluctuation para hindi siya sa term dyan sa tawag dito, sa fast food chain na pinagtrabahuan ko dati, wangwang, no? Parang mawangwang sila sa rami ng tao. So, dapat ma-anticipate niya na 12%, palakihan niya yung kanyang capacity. No? So, ito yung required time na dapat ma-accommodate. 500,000 in a year times 3 minutes. Anticipate increase 12%. Okay. Now, the restaurant operates 313 days a year. So, equal to 313 days a year. This is per year. 500,000 per year. That's per year. Magka-cancel lang yung year. Okay? 313 days a year. Then, it operates 11 hours each day times 11 hour per day. So, magka-cancel yung day dyan. Tingnan mo lang din yung unit. Kung minsan hindi natin siya masyadong mag-gets, tingnan natin yung unit. So, this can be canceled. So, naka-hours pa yan. No? Yung unit dito is in minutes. So, convert hours to minutes. 1 hour in 60 minutes. Cancel siya. So, you got 1 minutes na. Equal unit na. Tapos, i-multiply natin yan by the number of the baristas. Okay? Ito, number of baristas needed. So, you'll get 8.132 or let's say 9. 9 baristas. You cannot go round down, no? Kasi parang yan. Parang nag-design ka rin, no? Kung liliit dyan yung number of baristas, hindi niya na kaya. Baka hindi niyo ma-accommodate yung customers. Expected fluctuation of 12%. Letter A. 44.91%. Solve ba? Para magka-alignment ka. Solve natin yung exam. Patay lingaw, no? Hindi. Busy kami masyado. Busy ako pag change ng status, no? Status ko. Pa-change ng mga IDs. Pag after ng kasal, pa-change ka ng IDs. SSS ID, Pag-ibig ID. Ang rami. Marami kong nilalakad ngayon. Para sasayaw si Sir Diego. Pasayawan na to sila. Pa-answer one item para hanggang. Ako, baka pagalitan ako nito, no? Live pa naman ito, no? Pa-answer one item. Pwede lang sana ilihim natin. Pag na lang, baka mapagalitan ako niyan. Okay. That's number 26. Situation 2 lang siya. Ano ba yung situation 2 ba? Tingnan na natin. Situation 2. Situation. Ang haba na situation 2. Pila mo na ka number? 1, 10 to 80. 9 items. Kain nyo na eh. 9 items, situation 2. Yung torsion. Kain nyo na. Kayo na bahala dyan. Situation 2. Mamili sa mugtaas, no? Sa HGSR para makakita kami sa butterfly costume. Ayun na. Ayun rin na. Bitawin nyo. Kayo lang mag-solve niya, no? Para Masanay rin kayo. Gusto niyo makita si Sir Duaso sa butterfly. Okay, move ta. Let's have number 27. Alright, using the calculator, find the shortest distance between the point 4 and the line y equals x. Diba, if you have a line, you have a point, the shortest distance will be perpendicular to the line. Now, that's the shortest distance. It cannot be inclined kasi obviously lalaki yan. Mas haba yung line. Dapat perpendicular sa line. And we have the formula for that in analytic geometry. Distance from a point to a line. Ba ito yan? Ito yung definition of the line. So, ax plus by plus c. Dapat lang in-terms muna natin yan in this format. If the line is y equals to x, rearranging that is equals to y, x minus y equal to 0. Yung a is the coefficient of x, which is 1. Yung b is coefficient of y, which is negative 1. And yung c is the constant term on the equation. Wala, 0 siya. Of course, yung x and y na gagamitin natin dyan is the point 4 and 0. So, direct substitution, the d will be 2.828. Look at the stats. 65.79. Diniscuss namin to sa face-to-face. So, probably, mga pagpalagay lang natin, mga 40% sa face-to-face na kakuha nito. Yung iba, hindi pa rin. Diniscuss na yan sa face-to-face. If this problem is a pasteboard problem, probably, marami-rami yung makakakuha nito. Kasi, karamihan sa inyo, I know, nilulooks from yung mga pasteboard problem. Karamihan, nilulooks from yung mga pasteboard problem. Kaya maraming nakakakuha ba sa pasteboard siya. Mga latest trend. Ito siya, galing yan sa reference ng examiner natin. Pwede yan bumalik, no? Sa mga hindi nakakuha niyan, pwede yan bumalik. Pwede yan lumabas, hindi bumalik, hindi pa ito lumabas. Pwede yan lumabas sa board exam niya. One of the reference sa calculus. Calculus kasi yan, na libro. Okay? So, yung hindi nakakuha nito ha, dapat next time kuha niya yan. Napakadali lang ng problem. Imagine kung sa nationwide scale yan. Nationwide scale, no? Mga siguro 50% hindi magkakakuha niya. 50%. Imagine kayong lahat, taga-jersey makuha niya yan. Ang laking advantage yan, no? Based sa statistics. So, every discussion sana natin, mamaster niyo yung problem. Mismo yung problem kasi yung problems natin nanggaling yan sa reference. No? Yung mga problems na binibigay namin sa inyo, galing yan sa kanilang sa reference na examiner. Yung ginagamit niya talaga mismo. Although hindi 100% nalalabas yan, pero yung nature ng problem, if ever, na iba yung mapick niya na problem, yung nature ng problem almost the same. Okay? Yan yung advantage, makikita natin yung stats. Of course, dapat mo rin bigay yung ano mo, yung part mo. Dapat bigay lang natin yung part natin. Okay, number 28. Given the cost function and the demand function price function of x, pero exactly 10 siya, no? Find the number of units produced in order to have a maximum profit. So, maximum profit, this involves maxima, probably involves maxima minima. You have the price, this is the price per unit. Price per unit, and this one is the cost as a function of unit x. Gusto natin makuha yung x kung saan maximum yung profit. Okay, take note that the profit will be, tawagin natin capital P function of x, will be equals to the price, the total revenue, minus the cost, total cost. So the revenue will be equal to the unit price. This is per unit. I-multiply natin ng x para maging total revenue siya. Minus the cost. Ito yung total gastos. So P of x is 10 yan, constant. 10 times x. Then C of x is itong lahat. Kopya lang natin. For the p of x will be equal to, unahin natin itong x squared. Negative yan. Negative 0.01 x squared. Then, 10x minus 3x, negative, plus 7x, and minus 500. We want here, we want this one to be maximum. We will differentiate with respect to x. Derivative of p with respect to x, derivative of this one, you have negative 0.01 times 2x. Derivative of 7x, that will be 7. Derivative 500 is constant 0. So again, maximum minimum, we will equate the slope to 0. And then you can solve for the value of x such that the profit is maximum. 350 units you needed para maging maximum yung profit. 33.68 lang yan. Tsamba-tsamba kayo dito. Letter A and letter C. Again, possible exactly, ito talaga sa Borisa. Possible lang ha. I'm not saying na ito talaga yung lalabas. Possible. Meron kasing other variations sa kanyang problem na ganito. Meron siyang ibang variation. Possible din. The same function pero iba yung tanong. Okay, basta masterin nyo lang yung ating problems. Although hindi siya exactly the same, possible na siya. Sir, pwede ba mo gamit dito sa negative b over 2a? Negative b over 2a. Anong problem ba yun? Number 27? Ito ba yun? Negative b 1 2 times 1 2 times 1. Magamit negative b over 2a. What problem is that? Number 27? Ang problem? 28. Okay. You mean sa parabola. If you have a parabola of, kasi slope yan. Kung parabola mo is ax squared plus bx plus c, siguro dinefferentiate mo yan, negative b over 2a. Dinefferentiate mo yan para maging slope. 2a, you have 2a x plus b equals to 0. Negative b over 2a. Pwede. B is x pala. Basta parabola. Pwede siya parabola if, pwede siya negative b over 2a, parabola yung function. B over 2a. Tama, pwede. Kasi parabola ito. You have here a parabola. Pwede. Diretso siya sa formula. Negative b over 2a. Pero yung pinaka-challenge dito is to create this function. Hindi naman problema yung pag-differentiate, no? I know, hindi to problema. Madali siya. To understand how to create the function. Then yung, for me, is the challenging one. Okay, let's have 29. If the integral of 4x plus 1 dx from negative 2 to positive k is equal to 30, where k must be greater than 0, find k. Find the k. Pwede naman tayo mag-trial and error dito, no? Equal to 30. Pwede natin integrate natin yan. That integral of 4x dx, you have 4x squared over 2. Integral of 1 dx, you have x. The limits is from negative to k, then equal to 30. Kung mano-manuhin natin, 4 over 2 is 2. 2k squared plus k. Where k as the upper limit, x as the upper limit k, kaya k yung nilagay natin. Then minus the lower limit, the same pa rin 2, minus 2 times x, where x is negative 2 squared, plus negative 2 equal to 30. Okay, this is a quadratic equation, though possibly dalawa yung ating roots, but we should use k greater than 0. Simplifying, k is, okay, quadratic equation. You have two values, 4 and negative 9 halves. The answer must be greater than 0. Or trial and error na lang, no? Using trial and error. Find the value of k. Mas mabilis. Less prone to error ka pa. Alright. So, trial and error natin siya. 4x plus 1. Alright. From negative 2 to k. Let's say k is 1. That cannot be equal to 30. When k is 2, di pa rin. Tama ba? 4x plus 1. When k is 3, hindi pa rin siya pwede. When k is 4, dyan na equal to 30. Trial and error. Alright. Next. Number 30. 89.65. Number 30. Okay, from a 400-foot tower, a bowling ball is dropped. The position of the function of the bowling ball is given. Okay, t is greater than or equal to 0. Find the average velocity for the first 3 seconds. Guys, this is a possible board problem, ha? Again, this one is nasa reference siya. So, if ever man hindi ito lumabas, tandaan nyo lang paano natin siya sinolve. The average velocity. Average velocity. Ano ba yung solution dyan? So, in general, the average of a function, let's say you have a function f of x, that will be written as the average f of x will be equal to 1 over upper limit minus lower limit, the function integral from a to b. Ganun yan. Bali, this is the area. So, for example, you have here the function, no? Let's say ito yung curve natin. Ganito yung curve natin, for example. That one. Bali, ito yung f of x. F of x, for example lang, ha? So, any values here, the y, yan. Lahat ng vertical strip dyan are all the f of x at any distance x. Alright? Let's say we only want to have the average from here, from A until from B. For example lang. So, imagine, i-add mo yan lahat. Add natin yan lahat. I-add natin yan lahat. Yung vertical strip, that is just the area. The area under this curve. From A to B. Average, ha? The average will be the area of that, the sum, that's the area, the sum of the vertical strip, divided by the number of units, and the number of units is the B minus A. Ito yan. Differential kasi yan. So, simply, B minus A yung ating number of units. Diba? Average is the sum over the number of units. Yan eh, number of units. Okay? Aside from that, yung given is position. Gusto natin average velocity. If the position is given by this, so, dapat yung velocity is the first derivative of the position. Distance yan, meter. Derivative that with respect to time, magiging meters per second siya. Velocity will be the first derivative. ds, a function of time, over dt. Derivative of negative 16t squared, negative 16 times 2t. Derivative of constant is 0. So, the velocity is negative 32t. So, if you want to solve for the average velocity, follow that one. For the first 3 seconds, the average velocity will be equal to 1 over b minus a, or 3 minus 0, is the upper and lower limit. Okay? Then, yung velocity natin is negative 32t dt from 0 until the 3rd seconds pala. The answer will be negative 48t feet per second. Ang daming nagkamali dito. Ito. I know, ano yung ginawa nyo dito? Ito rin. But the answer is letter B. Ano ba yung ginawa nyo dito? Average velocity. Probably, ginawa nyo is dinifferentiate yan diretso from 0 to 3, no? Ganun bang ginawa nyo? 32 times 3. Tama ba? Tama. 32 times 3 yung ginawa nyo dyan. 32 times 3. Yabo. Kaya pumili ng letter A. Again, basta average of the function, you must follow that one. Klaro ha? Dapat by next time, wala na. Di na tayo magkakamali dyan. Ay, hala. Letter C pala. 48. Letter C pala yung 48. Sorry. Dito yung tama. Nako. Sandali lang ha. Tingnan ko lang. Module 4. Sorry for that, no? Module 4. Hindi ko yan. Iba yung nakulayan ko. Iba yung nabigay ko na answer key. Online. Ay, okay. Dalawa yung nakulayan ko. Yung napili dito. It's letter B. Dalawa yung nakulayan ko sa Word. Yung napili sa ano ni Sir Jegos. But the answer is letter C. Anyway, kahit mapa-letter ano po yan. Right? Ito, tanggap din naman to. Wala rin. Mas marami paling pumili dyan. Letter C yung tamang sagot ha. Yung nalagay ko sa answer key is dalawa. Dalawa yung nakulayan ko sa answer key. But ito yung napili ng tawag dito? Machine. Ito yung napili. Letter B. Nauna niya yung letter B. Okay? Manapit na tayo matapos na sa answer sa problem solving. Meron pang number 31. Number 31. If dy over dx is 3x squared plus 2 and point 0, negative 1 lies on the graph of y, find y. Find y. Simply, if you have there the dy over dx, yung dy will be equal to 3x squared plus 2x, then cross multiply si dx on the other side, dx. So, integral lang natin. Integral of both sides. Integral of that is y. Integral of this is 3x squared over 3 plus 2x plus the constant of integration. So, at point boundary condition from 0, 1, bali ito yung mangyayari dyan, no? At 0, negative 1, you have y as negative 1 from here, ha? From here. Then, equal to x as 0, 0 cube plus 0, 2 times 0 plus c. Then, the constant of integration is negative 1. Then, ibalik natin yan dito. Then, you will get letter C. Letter C. X cube plus 2x. So, maraming pumili ng letter B. I think nagtataka kayo dito, no? Plus 1. Meron pang confusion sa iba. Negative yan. Direct substitute mo yan dyan. Hindi siya magiging positive dyan. Okay? Merong confusion dito. Marami-rami pa rin. Sir, na-compile mo na po yung mga terms. Sa terms, yung mga binibigay natin, yan yung possible yan. Yung mga binibigay natin. Like this problem 32. Yung terms, yung binigay natin sa na PDF, possible yun. Ang rami. Okay. Number 32. Ang na-compile ko masyado ngayon is yung problem solving for calculus and tawag dito, construction management. Calculus and construction management. Yung tipong i-memorize mo talaga. Letter C, tama. Letter C. Next week ko na lang siguro ibibigay, ha? Dagdagan ko pa. Paano ko pang dagdagan sa construction methods, and also yung lumabas dati na concrete mixture. May lumabas na concrete mixture na course. Di ko sure kung yung lumabas is yung nakuha ko ngayon. Wala kasing makapagbigay na exact data, no? Yung concrete mixture na calculating the percentage of pores. Walang nakapagbigay ng exact data sa student. Basta nabanggit lang nila about pores in concrete. Meron akong nakitang book. Although hindi ko siya ma-download kasi may bayad, no? Screenshot ko na lang. I think doon yun kasi magkatabi siya doon sa problem na concrete mixture na lumabas last November 2021. Bibigay ko pa rin siya. Compile ko na lang, ha. Again, hindi 100% sure na lalabas, pero baka lang. Baka makatulong. Okay? In the measure of congestion of highway capacity that will happen as density continue to increase. In the measure of congestion of highway capacity, what will happen as density continue to increase? The point is reached at which the speed declines noticeably. Okay. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin? The measure of congestion of highway, what will happen to density as the density continue to increase? Okay. Ito yung ating Green-Shields model, no? Velocity, speed, we call that mu s, and versus k. Diba ito yung Green-Shields density? That defines the Green-Shields density. As the density k increases, the speed decreases. Ito yung Green-Shields capacity. Kaya, the correct answer is letter D. Green-Shields model. Naalala nyo ba? Yung discussion natin sa transportation. Green-Shields model yung define dyan. Alright, let's have number 33. Wind directly generated and affected by local winds. A wave system called local winds. We call that wind sea. Wind sea. Suggestion ko na rin, ha. Ito kasing choices dyan, these are exactly sa board exam. Suggestion ko na rin, try to search on the meanings of this. Nandyan naman yan sa Google. Mag-Google natin to lahat, guys. Ito yung answer for this. Then, try to search for this, no. Then, familiarize natin, ano ba yung kaibahan nila. No? Kasi hindi naman natin talaga mabibigay lahat ng terms. Di kaya yan sa oras, lahat ng terms na bibigay. I suggest lang, sa choices dyan, search na rin on your own. Okay? So, answer dito is wind sea. Wind directly generated and affected by local winds. Local winds, wind sea. Alright, number 34. Number 34. What is the process of proportioning cement, water aggregates, and additives prior to the mixing concrete cold? That is batching. Paving that is the thickness, pavement. Parang nag-road na talaga, road paving. Mixing, possible, marami-raming pumili sa mixing kasi possibly din, no? What is the process of proportioning? So the term proportioning, that should be batching. Mixing kasi hindi siya specific. Parang hindi siya general. For batching dapat. Yung curing is, we know that is, refers to the number of days na mag-cure yung ating concrete. So, these two are possible, kaya noticeable. Noticeable yung ating, statistics, 18.25, pero mas marami talaga dito. Pila kaha ang possible numbers of definition of terms na magawa salamat sa pagtuba. Yan yung hindi natin sure, no? Last time, pero sa May 2019, May 2019, 12 items yun, yung terms. Pagdating sa after the November 2019, similar pa rin, mga 12 or 15. November 2021, similar pa rin, 12-15. Yung pinakamarami lang na terms na nababas sa board exam, yung latest, no, May 2022. Actually, hindi natin alam exactly ano yung iniisip na examiner. No? Pwede marami yung terms, pwede rin naman wala. Depende sa makuha niya na problems. Hindi talaga natin alam. Pero maganda na rin na prepared tayo sa terms. Sa May 2022, 27 items. Sa May 2022, yung terms. 27 items. Okay? Sige lang. Yung ibang terms kasi logical lang yung pag-answer, no? Parang papipiliin ka lang na anong tama, anong mali. Lalo na sa transportation, parang nagtitake ka ng LTO exam. Yung iba naman, masisense mo. Based sa statistics, alam ko naman na marunong kayo mag-interpret. Based on this, batching and mixing lang yung possible. And we know that paving cannot be. Kaya hindi ako masyadong nababother dito. Pero yung mga binigay natin na terms, master nyo na lang din. Kasi nasa question bank yan. Nasa question bank yung mga terms yan. Posible at posible yung babalik. Wala namang ibang other terms. Lalo na kung maubos na lahat ng terms, no? Posible at posible yung babalik. Yung mga binigay natin. Alright. Sa 35. A maximum wave height and wave period of the maximum wave height in wave train. The highest wave. Maximum wave height. Maximum wave height. Okay? We have their number 35. And number 36. Okay. Number 36. Device mounted on a peak support, a permanent signs or portable support, temporary signs, whereby a specific message is conveyed by means of words or symbols, placed or erected for the purpose of regulating, warning, or guiding traffic. The answer is traffic sign. Okay. Walang masyadong pumili. Special instruction sign. I think that's very obvious, cannot be. Roadwork signs, hindi rin. Kasi roadwork, that means merong nagtatrabaho. Specifically, yung mga taga-DPWH. Overhead signs, hindi rin, no? For me, hindi rin. Pinaka-appropriate is traffic signs talaga. Maraming pumili dyan. Magkita mo sa statistics, almost kayo lahat, the same mag-isip. Almost lahat the same mag-isip. Pero huwag kayong masyadong sa stats, sa terms. Almost in general, almost kayo lahat the same mag-isip. Hindi masyadong critical yan. Kung di yan makuha ng karamihan, tabla kayo lahat sa terms. Okay? Pero maganda kung nakuha lang natin at least yung ating mga binigay. Yung mga lumabas sa board exam. 37, how do you test the relative consistency of the concrete? Alam na alam natin yan. Alam na alam natin yan. Slump test. Meron yan sa ating testing material sa college. Na? Slump test yan. Lalong-lalo na kapag field. Nakapagtrabaho ka na ng field. Alam na alam mo yan. 59.3. Maraming pumili dito. All of the choices. Alright, number 38. Ways of avoiding traffic conflicts. Ito yan, parang sa LTO exam. Time sharing solution, grade separation solution. The answer is all of the above. Pipiliin mo lang ano yung tama, no? And number 39. Wearing way of the pavement surface caused by dislodging of aggregate particles and binder. This is usually a result of insufficient asphalt binder in the mix or stripping of asphalt from particles of aggregate. Medyo for me medyo alien yung mga words. Raveling. I suggest na lang din, kung meron kayong time, search for these words, no? Yung iba kasi, yung ibang choice, gawa-gawa lang ng examiner. Wala talaga siya. The other terms are not existing. Baka hindi to nag-exist. Try nyo lang din i-search, ha? For this problem, raveling. Then, last problem. The provision of safety sight distance depends on the characteristic of road environment such as road geometry, road surface, road illumination at night, road topography. The answer is letter B. Letter B. 1, 2, 3 only. 1, 2, 3. Hindi included yung road photography. Provision of safety sight distance characteristic on the road environment such as hindi yung road topography, road geometry. So yung topography in general included na yan sa geometry, kasi sa road topography parang hindi siya uneven road siya. Kung nag-construct ka na ng road, parabolic yung ginagamit natin, no? Road geometry. So, understandable. Look. Again, same kayo mag-isip lahat. Walang problema. For me lang, ha? Advantage na natin kung alam na natin ano yung hindi all of the above. Kadalasan kasi sa atin, all of the above yung sinasagot. Basta merong all of the above. I want you to take note yung anong mga problems yung hindi all of the above. Yun lang yung aralin nyo. Ano yung mga problems. Yung merong all of the above, karamihan kasi all of the above, kadalasan. Bakit ba nangyayari yan na all of the above? Kasi kunwari, kumuha ang examiner sa libro, no? Let's say sa DPWH, sinasabi niya dito, the importance of this, nakasulat na yan lahat, A, B, C, D. Nakasulat na yan lahat. Sometimes kasi kung gumagawa ka ng exam, for example, yan, naka-enumerate 1, 2, 3, 4. Kung gagawa ka ng exam, 1 to 4 lang yung nakasulat dyan, mag-iisip ka pa ano yung number 5. Yung gawa-gawa mo lang. Sometimes, mahirap gumawa ng words na parang tama. Kaya, kung hindi lang, kung busy lang si examiner, automatically yung sagot niya dyan is all of the above. Last May 2010. Okay? Sige. So, that's the end. Any question? Any questions? Medyo nagugutom na rin ako. Sige, I think that's it, no? Sige, thank you rin. Thank you rin sa pakikinig. Okay, see you next week and God bless sa inyo. I'm hoping for the best talaga sa inyo, no? So namin, although imposible na 100% talaga, but gusto namin talaga na karamihan sa inyo, mas maraming pumasa. Yan yung goal para pumasa kayo lahat. Okay? Kaya naghahanap kami ng Luxpam. Anyway, thank you and God bless. See you next week. That's it. Happy lunch tayo. Bye-bye.